Welcome back to Between the Takes. I am here with 314. These guys are a killer jam band out of Philly. I have personal connections with a couple of them, have met some of them before, worked with them at different venues and events. But why don't you guys go through and introduce yourselves real quick, say what you do, tell them who you are.
So my name is Andy Hynedes. I play guitar and I sing in the band.
I'm Gerald Smith, go by Jerry. I play guitar.
Jerry.
I'm Josh Lassoff. I play the drums.
I'm Jake Greenwood. I play keys and sometimes synthesizers.
I'm Jamie Lundmark, and I play electric violin.
And you have one more musician. He wasn't able to be here. It was your bass player. What was
Dylan.
his name again?
Dylan Finn.
Dylan Finn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
he
going to say, Dylan and Jerry are the two that I'm familiar with. I knew Dylan years ago. We had like a couple of run-ins, like doing shows for some friends of mine out at Light and Sound at Sweeney's, I think, up in, I can never remember the name of that town. I want to say Feasterville, but I could be wrong. But yeah,
Nice.
you guys were absolutely killer. It was a lot of fun. It was very different from anything I've had on the sessions before. So I was really excited when you reached out, and I was looking up your music to check it out, and I was like, this is so different. I need it. I need it to be on the sessions. Who was it that actually reached out?
It was actually us and our friend Candace and myself. We were actually looking at the videos, and we were like, man, these look pretty nice. And Candace was like, I'm just going to send a message because that's what she does. You know what I mean? So, and then the next thing you know, yeah, here we are.
Here we are. Yeah, shout out to Candace. Thank you again for reaching out. She's awesome. She like the way she was talking you guys up, because we had met for something completely unrelated, and she brought up, oh yeah, I'm 314's manager. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And we ended up talking about you guys. She was talking you up like crazy, which made me even more excited because I think we met about a month before the session.
Oh, hells yeah. No,
Yeah.
we appreciate you being so excited, man. Yeah, and Candace, yeah, we've been working with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love her.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So these are probably a couple of generic questions, but I'm just curious, where did the name 314 come from?
So basically, it's a number we've been seeing forever. Like I used to wake up in the middle of the night and used to see the number, and then we all kind of started seeing it. Like the one time we were out to dinner, it was like 8 p.m. and the receipt came back. It was like 3:14 p.m. Funny thing is, this, not to sound all crazy conspiracy, but the same thing just happened actually recently. Was actually getting a Wawa sandwich, and it was like 4:30 p.m. and the receipt came back 3:14, and I was like, wow, it's still alive.
Did you say something about a race car with the
Yeah.
14?
So we were in Philly the one time. It was me and Josh. I don't know if there was somebody else in the car or not. But there was this literally a race car that pulled up next to us. It was like a NASCAR. And it was 314, 314. I was like, ugh. Every time I see it, I start freaking out.
Every time was like an excuse to solidify the name. We're like, yeah, we're gonna call it that.
Yeah, it kind of chose us in a sense. Yeah, and then like Einstein's birthday is 314.
Pie.
And pie, of course.
We all love pie. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. The whole world is a part of 314.
Yeah.
Just for that.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
That's awesome. So you were saying that originally it was just like a trio of you, and you've kind of just built to where you are. How long ago did you guys actually start the band?
So probably about 12 years ago.
Dang.
It's our Jam on the Grass is it's basically kind of like our birth date. It was the first show that we had, which was in Andy's backyard. But we just started. It was him and I, and then our old guitar player Adam, and it was the three of us, and we did like a good handful of shows for probably about a better part of a year before we met our bass player.
And actually we're actually really excited to be here. Actually, we're really excited to be here because there's a lot of new things happening. So we did kind of, like you said, then we met our bass player, but that was our older bass player. So we just actually have Jake that just joined the band. He plays the keys, and Dylan that just recently left. He's been playing bass for us. So we wanted to come here and kind of get the new image of the band and get a take or two of what.
This is my first gig
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
with this
It is.
band. Not ever. I played a gig-
Birthplace of
I played a
Jake
gig
in
before,
314.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm glad that I was able to help you guys like make that special moment with them because they're phenomenal pieces in the band. Like you guys sounded great. I can't imagine you guys without a keys player now. Now that you're saying like the keys was a new addition, I don't know what it
I've
would have
literally
sounded
been
like.
banned
without it.
for like 2 months at max, maybe.
Yeah,
That just shows how good you are.
fast.
That's really cool. You were talking about the first show. What was that show like? Like, what was it like? Like
It was like 30
putting that-
people in Andy's backyard sitting in the grass watching us play for 4 or 5 hours straight.
Jeez.
Pretty much. And that's where it started. And then I think the next year or the year after that we did get another band, that we had like other friends join on. And then each year it got a little bit bigger, and we kind of cap it around like 6 or 7 bands. But
This is the first Jam on the Grass you're talking about?
yeah, the first one. And it was in his backyard for most of the years. It moved out for 1 year, made its way back for a year, and then moved on to other venues. And now we have a whole new venue.
Yeah, we used to kind of
Yeah.
send my parents off to like the Poconos. Like, all right,
And then
guys,
like hope we could clean everything up in time, which was like pretty rough. The 1 year, the mud year.
yeah, there was the mud.
It was
year.
it was the year that we were told we can never do it there again, even though we still got 1 or 2 more 2 years after that out of it back at the house. But it was bad.
Yeah, so,
it was
so
bad.
then we went public, and yeah.
So where's the new venue this year?
It's Abington Arts Center.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
That'll be dope.
It's cool. It's
Is it
got a
still
cool-
outdoors?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's outdoors, but it's got this really awesome pavilion right next to where the music is. So if it does rain, we can have music and still be outside and have
kinda
the air,
shift.
but it's just everything will be covered and just kind of shift over. So it's kind of a win-win, and it's a great spot.
Yeah, it's
Last
really
year was
nice,
it Constatter? That's what it's called.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Constarter. Yeah. I've been through
Mm-hmm.
there once or twice. I know where you're talking about.
Okay.
That I could see that place being a really cool spot to do something like that.
Yeah,
It is. It was.
Yeah,
It
we
was.
did it
We had
there
a lot
for
of
2
fun.
years, but this year we're really excited about this. It's the grounds are really cool. Lots of cool art installations and lights and stuff. Kind of really give it that festival vibe, you know.
That's sick. That's going to be really sick.
Yeah.
When is that going to happen?
September 20th.
September 20th, people. You know where to go. Is there a link or anything that they can check out to like find tickets or just find info, or should they just go to the 314 page?
Actually, there's a jamonthegrass.com.
Jamonthegrass.com?
Yeah, so just jamonthegrass.com. Obviously, if you go to 314band.com, it's in there as well. But yeah,
And it's
Gotcha.
got its own social media pages and all that too to follow and keep up with all the info.
Perfect. I'll
All
try
the bands
and
being announced.
I'll try and put some links down in the description so people can find that, because that sounds like it's going to be really cool. I'm going to try and get there. I feel like September's usually pretty busy for gigs, but it would be cool to come through.
It's like the last couple of years we don't even headline the shows anymore.
yeah. We've been getting some kind of big, consider the
Getting
source
national
or
acts
you know,
doing stuff with us.
yeah. So
Who's the headliner this year?
it's still secret. but,
It's
still
a
a
secret.
secret.
We're-
I mean, you could announce that on the Between the Takes, just like you announce new members.
yeah.
I'm kidding. Save that. That'll get people to show up. They'll be curious. They want to know. They'll want to know.
Yes, sir.
That's so cool. But yeah, the festival, you guys have new members. Is there anything else new coming up, or anything that's like possibly in the works right now?
We got
for
a
you guys?
live album coming out.
Yeah, actually, March 14th, 314, cliche, we know it. We got a live album coming out. So basically, we have a lot of music out there, Spotify and whatnot, but it's a little outdated in our, and we're getting ready to record, but we're probably a year or two out from that. And we had a lot of music in the vault that was like just
wanted
sitting
to
there.
put it out there.
Yeah, so we're kind of a pretty official live album coming out.
We're also doing a gig on the day.
yeah,
release.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, like a release show.
At
That would be
Cherie
sick.
Punjab Live in Media, Pennsylvania.
Nice.
Yep.
Where was it that you guys did the live album recording?
It's
a mix
from a
of
whole
all
bunch of
over.
different
Yeah, from all-
shows.
just,
Yeah, it's a collection of a few shows. Yeah, Sellersville Theater, Ember Music Hall in Virginia. I think there's, we kind of did like, we tried to add a few of the states in there, like Maryland and this and that, just a little taste palette of our tour.
That's sick. I really like that idea. The concept of just like getting the different shows across one whole tour, just because you're gonna play it all a little different every night, and it's gonna sound a little different in every venue you're in. I love that. What was it like when you were putting it together? Were you recording the whole night and then coming back and deciding which one you wanted to use? Did you feel like you were just gonna pick the song that night? Like, did you go into the show on Monday night knowing which song you were going to make sure you record, and then Tuesday you were doing a different one?
So it wasn't really planned.
Yeah.
I would say, we're always, I have 2 cameras. We got the USB, we've got, multi-track recording. Sometimes we'll bring the laptop, and we're just always collecting data. Like sometimes the laptops like can't handle it. Like Jerry's got a little drive now, and it kind of helps us kind of keep track of all the videos and all the gigabytes and everything. And yeah, sometimes it's like you have so much. It's like, what are you going to do with it? So we, just
Kind of went through it and picked out the best stuff, and
I bet that took a
this
while.
goes on the album.
That took a while to go through all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's
It's
probably some
mostly
gems.
Andy.
we
It's
have.
mostly Andy.
Yeah.
late nights in his cave. Check out this one.
Yeah. There's there's a lot to it. There's a lot to be in a band. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, obviously, but
It's a lot more than just playing.
Which sucks.
Yeah.
right. I wish. Yeah, like perfect world. You just play.
Yeah.
Just worry about the guitar.
That's why every
Getting
band
closer
needs
to
like
it, but-
3 Candaces
Exactly.
just to like do all the grunt work. Who loves doing that kind of stuff?
Right.
Yeah, that's Andy and Candace. That's the 2 of them go hard on it.
Yeah,
I get in there. I get in there when I can too, but them 2 are hard at it all the time.
I think we might have 7 chats or something.
We have
There's
a-
like the everyone chat. There's the me and Candace chat. There's the me, Candace, and Tuggy chat. There's like the me, Candace, and like there's like so many different variations of like messages going. Like every morning I message Candace. Like good morning. What's happening? You know what I mean? And it's like, and then there's like the jam on the grass stuff, and then there's yeah.
Wheels are turning.
Yeah.
That's cool. Honestly, like the inner workings of a band is always fun to see because everyone always does it a little differently. So many bands I know of, they're still figuring out what their best means of communication is, because sometimes like you can have a band of 6 people, but there's always going to be the core 1, 2, or 3 that make sure everything runs. Like the wheels keep turning with those 3.
Satellite. I do what I can, but
Yeah. And sometimes that's what you need. You just need someone who will be there and will just follow along. Like everyone's got a role in the bands that they just fill and it feels right.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's included in everything. Everyone's got a part. Like Jerry shows up with the set list. That's actually his part. Like every show, like
That's my role.
like if the set list isn't there, it's like Jerry, like where is it? But it's always there. Jerry's got it. He's got the set list, and he puts a little logo on it. He puts like a little thing or a little something.
That's sick.
Sometimes things are spelled right, sometimes they're not. But
I do what I can. Got to keep it
Just
interesting.
That's so funny.
So
You guys were saying you have like a lot of songs in the vault that you're getting ready for with the new album that you're going to be recording. Something I'm always curious about and ask bands is how they go about their writing process. Because I'm always curious to see and find out how people draw their inspiration, how people take their ideas to each other. Sometimes I feel like there's one person that'll write the song and then it takes to everyone else and then everyone else just adds their part. Does everyone kind of just contribute at the same time?
I think Andy comes in with the core.
Yeah.
He's the core writer, the head writer. But then when he brings it to us, we kind of add our own parts and morph the song a little bit so that it represents all of us. Right? But the core is usually always Andy. Not usually, is always Andy.
We have had some over the years, and there's been times that I've come and help him, like with writing certain songs, mostly just lyrics and stuff. I don't know how to do guitar stuff.
I guess Pancake
I
Man
just
was
hit
pretty much a
drums.
collaboration, right?
yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, I mean, a lot of times you need, it's like you can do as much as you can do, but you need other people to like give it life sometimes, or even just for yourself to believe it more. You know what I mean? Like I can believe it as much as I can believe in this song, but as soon as you have like other people included and they believe in it as well, it becomes that much more powerful, And you say you're curious, like I'm actually just as curious as well because we have like a new band thing going on and like we want to include everybody. So like we're about to I don't know what the hell we're about to write. and I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
That's something we need to be excited
yeah.
Yeah.
Things have been changing, but definitely moving in a good direction for sure.
Me and Jamie have a secret album we haven't told you guys about yet.
Yeah, it's classical, derivatives.
It's called The Satellite.
I don't know if this satellite thing's going
It's
over
a
my
modern
head.
classical.
If I'm not catching this joke.
No, it's funny. Like, I actually never thought I'd be sitting here playing with a band because I was classically trained, and it took several beers and many years and a lot of failing.
Several beers and more years.
Yeah.
Doctors.
Yeah, but essentially, I can read music, I can sight read, but it's been a struggle to learn how to just play by ear. Didn't just always come naturally to me. And Andy writes beautiful music. It's great to be able to collaborate with him, and a lot of those things, they just kind of mesh, and it's beautiful. You just kind of like make it out of nothing, and that's organic, and it's real. I mean, you don't see as many bands playing originals anymore. So I think that's kind of like where we differentiate, and it's just it's great to be part of that process.
There's very few bands around here that I know that play originals.
Yeah, not many.
Not many at all.
Yeah, I mean, no, definitely. There's definitely a lot of different cover bands and whatnot, and there's a lot of original bands that we love and support as well. We have a nice, strong community. But we try to keep our songs somewhat real as possible. Kind of in your face. Not always, obviously, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's an
rambling
interesting. I don't even know what genre you would put us in. Like it's.
I don't really have one.
Yeah.
I was
Well, if you
just about to bring
If you
that
ask
up.
Google says we're an indie rock band, but once in a while I'll go on
changed
Google.
recently.
It's a very
I'll go on
vague
Google,
classification.
and you can because I wonder, I'm like, who put that in there, And you can try to make corrections and send them suggested corrections. And I'll be like, no, they're not. And I'll hit it with some like that.
So now we're a punk rock band.
Yeah, yeah,
I was gonna say melodic deathcore,
yeah, definitely.
but that's really
According
cool.
to Wikipedia.
I was gonna, if we had time, I wanted to go into kind of what all of your musical roots are, but I was gonna try and transition into what you guys feel like the core of 314 is, because there's so much just in the 3 songs that we had. We were joking about it, but there was some bluegrass vibe in the second song. That was the Dirty Work Boots.
Yeah,
Yep.
That one had its bluegrass vibes, kind of it's just march sound with the snare going on for a bit in it. And then a different song felt more reggae, and then a different song felt like I was listening to Grateful Dead, and then listening to your stuff online, it sounded nothing like any of those. All that to say, I appreciate the differentiation in all your guys' stuff, but if you had a core idea of what you think you kind of draw from, what would you say it is?
Individually or as a group?
Actually, I would love to hear what each person thinks the band draws from.
So I'll put it in a hat. Let's see what I mean, I don't know if rock counts.
Rock is a very broad term.
yeah.
Yeah. Then I gotta think. Maybe somebody else.
I think of 70s Stonesy type of Little Feet type of rock. That type of bass. Almonds a little bit, and The Dead.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
It's definitely got a jam band element, but also a folk element. Also Americana,
While also
bit.
being none of those at the exact same time.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
being all of them at
But
the exact
reggae
same
thing
time.
and double thing also.
Basically, if you took a lot of songwriting inspiration from a lot of the great songwriters, I love Bob Dylan. I'm
Dylan,
sure
yeah.
There's Paul Simon, whoever.
I don't think a genre was ever considered. I think it was just, we're just going to play music
Yeah,
and
and then
just do what we do. We have some songs that go definitely way left field, some that get much heavier. We tried to avoid those for this one, didn't want to get too crazy.
I was gonna say all that sounds exactly what I would expect for this band, because you all have your own different ideas and your own takes. You're pulling from classical, you're pulling from the 70s, you're pulling from who knows what. Everyone's pulling from something different, and you're all bringing that piece in, and that's what makes it feel like it's hitting so many genres.
Somebody called us turbulent rock once, and I was like, all right.
We were had that term coined for a couple of years. All like social media was Turbulent Rock. I was like, we're Turbulent Rock.
Honestly, bring it back because that's a great description. Turbulent Rock. That's a new hashtag.
But I guess we like to be a little on the edge, a little. Like we want to, at least personally, not fall in like the rut of just playing like a jam forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, obviously, we personally need to do more of that, and we've been doing more of that now that we have like the keyboards and everything. We've been actually opening up the gates to more unique jams, which is something we've always been wanting to do. But I think what kind of I like to believe keeps us unique is a little bit of an edge, you know? Yeah.
That's sick. Yeah, honestly, like I said, you guys were a lot of fun to have on. I'm so excited for people to see all of this. Yeah, check out Jam on the Grass. Check out 314's album release on 314.
Yeah.
Maybe try and make it out to their show. I hope this session is out by 314. I think it should be. I'll figure out my math later. But yeah, is there anything else you guys wanted to mention before we end it?
And I'd like to thank you and the team
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
Everybody.
Yeah, go Birds.
Just want to thank the Birds for keeping us inspired winning the Super Bowl.
Inspirado.
What is it? What are they calling it? The year of the exciting white or whatever? What? With Cooper DeJean.
I'm gonna go get a cheesesteak right after this.
Oh, dang, that sounds good. He said cheesesteak. My mind just went.
Can't go wrong. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for the kind
thank
words.
you guys.
Thank you, man.
I
Thank you,
appreciate
guys.
it a lot. Yeah, check them out. Check out all 3 songs. Yeah, links down in the description to keep up with everything. Try and keep up with Jam on the Grass. If you don't make it this year, make it next year. If you don't make it then, get a life. Listen to their full project. I know I will. I think it's going to be really cool hearing all those live takes from all the different venues. Hopefully you guys list the venues too on the songs. Like whatever the song is live at such and such. I love stuff like that.
Actually, yeah, we have like on our email list. Again, not to get too promotionally, but if you go to
promote all the way, please.
If you got, yeah, I mean, if you go to our website, 314band.com, there's an email list there. I mean, obviously, we live in a world where there's so much going on in social media and, you know, everywhere, you know. So email is nice. And, you know, we send out a thing every month, and we're actually going to send out all the venues and all the tapers that and all the locations and the dates of the venues. And I think it's 12 songs. It's actually 13 because one of them is it's 2 songs. I mean, we'll give you this. One of them is what is it? Minor King into Tumbleweed. So that's So basically, it's 13 songs, and sign up on our email list, and obviously our Facebook and all that good stuff. You know, we do a ton of work day and night, and that stuff is it goes a long way.
Yeah, sign up, guys. We'd love to see the support and stuff come out for them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, check out their links, check out the description, check out all 3 of their sessions that we have out now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.
Thank you.